Thank you. I went with this top tonight. It's in heavy rotation, this top. It's one of my featured tops. And it's not often you hear a man use the word top. Why is that? Why don't you hear, hey, what do you think of my top, huh? Is it not hot? It is. It is a hot, hot top. You don't hear that in a men's locker room. And I really don't want my doctor using the word top, I realize. We're going to be conducting a few tests, so we just need you to take off your top. Come on, take your top off. Some of you may have tats under your tops. Like me, with my full arm of tattoos. A sleeve of tats. Nah, look at me. I don't have a sleeve of tats. If anything, I'd have a sweater vest of tats. Look at it. Maybe a capri pant of tats. How about that for a... Another look that you could go with is subdermal implants. Have you seen those? Little decorative beads inserted under the skin? That's a choice. What kind of compliments are you looking for with that? Wow, what a dazzling array of cysts. I'm practical. If I go subdermal, I get like an eaves trough along my eyebrow line. You kidding me? On those hot days, the sweat gets diverted out the back of a skin spout? What, are you kidding me? You never have to wipe. Skin spout, everybody. That's a word of the future. What people will do to find a mate, you know? Dating is tricky. I was on a date. It was going all right, you know, we were having a few drinks. Having a few more drinks. Next thing I know, you know, she's having her way with me. Turns out her way was to go home early, but still, it was her way and I respect that. I blame the top. I should have watched for her body language cues, you know, with the getting up and the backing away slowly. Learn a lot from body language. Like, here's something I learned. If somebody shakes your hand with their palm down, it means they're trying to dominate you. Right? Which makes sense, right? Because if you flip it around, that's more open, right? More receptive, whereas that's more dominant, isn't it? It's more of a dominant look. You know, if you just flipped it, Adolf could have been presenting a showcase of high-priced gifts. Lavish prizes for all the Jews. Just the flip of a wrist could change the course of human history. And I have tons more relatives. Oh, I made it real. Wow. I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm against yard sales. Who's going to fight me in this? I just don't like that feeling when I'm walking by and they're looking at me and I feel obligated to like look and buy something. And I'm like, oh yeah, what'd you do? They're like, hey. I'm like, why do I feel guilty? Sorry I don't want any of your stuff, but obviously neither do you. Don't put this on me just because you enjoy openly displaying of all your bad life decisions doesn't mean I have to walk away with a couple. It's like a pawn shop barfed on their lawn. And yet I feel like I gotta be nice. It's like, oh wow, looks like you lived quite the life. What with this extensive collection of old jars. Landed face first onto a major score, didn't I? A lot of kids in my neighborhood. And I don't have kids, but I don't mind judging people who do. I feel like don't stifle your children's ambitions, you know? Like if you, like I saw a kid run out of a store, mom's right after him, hey Connor, this is not a race. Like maybe to him it was, huh? Support him. Maybe it's not a race to you, the loser of the race. Huh? Go for gold, Connor. Mommy's holding you back. I guess raising a teen would be tough, you know? Like, well, I don't know what I'd do if I found a hidden bag of pot in their room. You know, I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I also want to send a message, so I would hold it up to them and then pocket it. So, see, that's what happens when you deal in illicit substances. You attract the wrong kinds of people. and a lesson would be learned. A friend of mine went to Catholic school. When she was a teenager, at the school dances, when they were slow dancing, the adults would tell the teenagers to leave enough room for Jesus between them. Is that the image you want to conjure up for the kids? Jesus showed up. Hey, kids, you looking for a third? May I cut in? Huh? Come on, scooch in here. We'll make a Messiah sandwich. It's a holy trinity. These are all inappropriate things for the kids to imagine Jesus to say. Yes, I don't know, it's sexuality, right? It's all how you look at it. Like, for example, that strip club in Montreal, Club Super Sex. Right? Yeah. I love the name of that place. Like, for me, if I owned that establishment, I would make my doorman greet people by going, "Welcome to Club Super Sex. I recommend the soup." Nothing but thongs and ladles at Club Super Sex, where the soup's on and the tops are off. The hot tops. Sex is a tricky thing. I was in a relationship, and as a gift from my loved one, I got love coupons, a book of sex vouchers to be cashed in for later sex. Anybody ever get this? They never did get redeemed. She neglected to include the limitations, like not valid when she doesn't feel like it. Customer may not redeem 2 or more coupons against the same item in a single transaction. Non-transferable to another relationship. Definitely no Groupons. All right, that's it for me. Thanks, everybody.